Hello all. Waiting for Bella. Yeah, Bella's here. Hello. Hi,
Hi,
Bella. How are you?
you're looking lovely. I love the blouse that you're wearing.
Thank you. Some
Yeah,
mix and match. Can I see your
yeah,
patola,
yeah, it's
please?
looking,
I
yeah,
put my
sure.
hair up.
Can you see this? Yeah, it's looking nice.
No, it's so hot
Can you see
here.
it?
Hot here in
It
Chennai.
is, even here.
I had
Hmm.
to put my phone this way because I can't read the comments otherwise. So I
Okay,
just put it. Is
okay.
it okay with you?
So you want me to shift like this? Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
little up.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Hmm.
Can I see your patola?
Sure. Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah. I love it, love it, love
Hmm.
it.
It's a very
So,
fine yarn that we have used in this patola.
yeah. So I'm
Hmm.
just waiting for a couple of people who are joining in. So welcome
Not a
all
problem.
to another session on learning of textiles. I think we had a great session with Vidya last week on Venkatagiri Bela,
It was.
and
It
this
was. I
week,
was there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we saved it as an IGTV, so people can
Okay.
watch it later on also. I
Hmm.
mean, we have to start off now, and we'll just finish before 2 minutes. So basically, then we can save the IGTV, or else Facebook would give a notification. So a
Okay.
lot of people welcoming you on the comments. A lot of people about
Hi, everyone.
yeah. About 30 people have joined right now. I think we'll have more. So let me start off this session. So thank you all for being here and thank you for your time. And today we have my dear friend Bela. She's a lifelong chronicler of textiles, and I learned so much from her. And she's been with the textile arts and crafts for almost three decades. And her expertise, according to me, whatever she does, four things which come to my mind. One is reviving traditional textiles, name it, Asavali or Paithani or of course the Patan Patola, and of course Khadi is your favorite one right now. So and number two is she brings in economic sustainability in the lives of the artisans, which is very much needed right now during this time. We have seen Patola has seen the glorious years, and I'm sure it will come up in this in this situation also. And number three is your document on the research of various textiles of India. I'm waiting to see your book. And number fourth is the business reengineering for traditional waves. And she's also the CEO of Purnakala by Bela Sangvi. And her expertise is in design, development, teaching. She's also the president of the Craft Council of Maharashtra. So, welcome, Bela, on behalf of everyone who's here. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Srimati. Uh, First of all, thank you for inviting me to your wonderful session, because this is very close to my heart, that educating people on different weaves. And you are doing a great job. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you. It's my
And
pleasure.
thank you everybody else that you have joined in and thinking that I may be able to give you my two bits. But it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank
So
you. And wonderful introduction. I mean, there are certain things even I didn't realize that you knew about all this.
no, I think as a friend I know you more, so I think I get that liberty of putting in few things.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes, of
and
course,
I
of
love
course.
that patola. I don't have a patola. For me, buying a patola is like buying an SUV car, so I have to wait.
No, no, no. That's a double patola. When you are talking about the single patola, you're
Yeah,
wearing one, and
yeah,
it's such a beautiful one.
yeah.
So,
So
single patola is not a problem. Weft patola is not a problem.
okay,
Even the other patola is not a problem when people recognize the value of it.
yeah.
And that is what I want to talk about later on in the session.
Yeah. So let me set the context for everyone today. So we'll be touching upon what is a patola, what is the difference between a patola and ikat, and the great history of the Kumarapala, and what is the auspiciousness associated with owning a patola, wearing a patola, because it is a very the tradition, the original one, right? And of course we know the glorious years of the trade textile of Southeast Asian markets, and more importantly, if I have to buy a patola, how will I go about buying it, and what are the contemporary designs you have done, and we are looking forward to much more. So before that, I just want to give you an introduction, and then and Bella will take over. So as you know, Patola has attracted the attention of not just the textile enthusiasts, the art historians, the ethnologists, and everything about history. And of course it uses a very exceptional technique called double ikat. So now over to you for explaining what is actually a patola.
First of all, I would like to say that I have a problem when a patola is described as ikat. Patola is way higher it's like when you are wearing silver jewelry and it has the golden layer to it. So we call it golden jewelry. But it's not true gold jewelry.
Correct.
It's something similar to that. That I have a problem with that we should call it patola is patola, ikat is ikat.
Yeah.
There is no mixing of it. Having said that, patola is to me is very, very close to my heart. What happens in patola is at the yarn stage, the yarn itself is first of all organized in different layers and different sections, for the warp separately and for the weft separately. And then it is tied and dyed. Now, when you are tying and dyeing, each color introduced will be introduced in sections. So, say for example, can you see the yellow in this?
Yeah.
In this patola?
Yeah.
The yellow part will be tied in wherever I want yellow. I will keep that part open, and the rest is tied and dyed. Then comes another color, which will be slightly deeper color than yellow, and so on. So depending on how many numbers of colors you have, the tying and dyeing happens separately.
Yeah.
That for the warp, the tying and dyeing sectioning is very different. And for the weft tying and dyeing, sectioning is very different. So both are done separately. And then I don't know whether everyone has seen the loom. The loom is not a fixed loom. It's a wall loom actually. The warp is tied to the wall on a hook in a particular section.
Slanting one.
Yeah, slanting one. So that the adjustments while weaving becomes easy. So what happens is when it is attached, all the warp has to be perfectly matched to that particular area. It cannot move that, oh, one skein is going on this side and one skein is going on that side. No, that's not something which will make it conducive for good quality of patola. And then once the warping is done in a slanted loom, so it's not something where when you have a frame loom, the worry of adjustment is not there. Whereas on a slanting loom, it's extremely complex. And after that, the weft has to match at that particular point.
Yeah.
It cannot be like 2 millimeter here and there, 1 millimeter here and there. Chalta hai. So, the chalta hai will give you the effect. When you watch a particular object on computer, what happens? When you increase it too much, the pixelization happens.
Yeah.
Now, unless the pixelization is perfect, the visual will not be perfect.
Yeah.
So, in the similar way, even in Patola, if the perfection of matching that particular yellow dot in that area only, in that small area, that's precision weaving also.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of time. People say, "अरे 3 महीने में तो पटोला दे देता हूँ." But then you can imagine what kind of patola it is, because they have not adjusted the patola well. The weaving itself, it takes about 1.5 years to create a good quality patola. Regular quality patola, I can give it to you in 9 months also. But I prefer to give the time to the karigar to do it aram se, so that he can create a way better patola than what is available in the market.
Yeah, amazing.
But after weaving also, it's not over. After weaving, you still go back and adjust the patola piece according to the design. Just in case, even if it is slightly here and there, one adjusts, and the karigar has been trained to adjust that also.
Yeah.
And after that also, the finishing, I mean, there are a lot of processes which take time to create. So this is, to me, is patola.
One small thing is, you just hold your microphone near your.
Okay.
Now.
Now is it better?
That's better now.
Okay.
Okay. And
I'll do that.
Second one is, okay. Now, how it is different from an ikat? There are so many.
First of all, the principle of ikat is very similar to patola. I don't know whether you know the salt root and the spice root.
Yeah.
How it went from Gujarat to different areas of India, and then it reached the Japan. So on the way, I think you know enough about this, so I'll leave it to you for you to talk about it further. But what happened was that the patola went via Andhra coastline and Orissa coastline, and that is where they saw that the patola was highly revered. So they tried to figure it out, and they created a whole different system where the combination of yarn is very different. The resist is done with rubber band or rubber-like situation. So what happens is the yarn that is to be used has to be finer yarn. It has, I mean, there are a lot of differences, but the fall and the feel of Andhra ikat, the fall and the feel of Orissa ikat, for that matter, all the other textiles, say for example the kasturi or so many the Thai ikat, or even the there are many different kinds of Southeast Asian ikat, which I will leave it for you to talk about it. But what has happened is they have tried to copy the patola in a different way, but they have not been able to achieve this exact combination because the technology of patola is not with them. So it's the basic technology is very, it's a very rudimentary technology. It's not something which is very, complex, but one needs to have a lot of skills to create a piece of patola.
Of course. I think it's a culmination of the tie and dye and the weaver skill which comes together in making a patola, right?
The weaver, dyer, and finisher. Both. I mean, all three of them.
Okay.
Even the spinner and the twister. It's hand twisting. So what happens is the fall and the feel is very different from any other kind of ikat. But nothing can compare to patola. It's like the fall and the feel is so good. And once you wear it, I think I have worn, last time I had worn it, and I still haven't ironed this one. And it's as good as at least 3-4 times I will not even iron it.
Yeah.
There is no need to iron the patola.
Yeah.
So these are the advantages of patola.
Yeah, it's like an original Kanchivaram sari. The moment you drape it, I mean, it gives a
Yes.
structure. It, it
Yeah.
owns it. I mean, the sari is like, even if you put it, it'll be perfect throughout the day. I think
Exactly.
always,
Exactly.
this patola always interests me because of its history. When you look at any trade textiles, I think the first one to be quoted is the port of Surat or Cambay, and how the trade textiles were given to different countries and different requirements, and then only the Coromandel Coast takes over. So always we look up to Surat and its history and its port town and all that, and when you actually see the history, like, of course, we have the beautiful patolas in the Ajanta frescoes, right? And if you see the Ajanta frescoes, we always go back as a reference because that is the earliest one which we have. But I found a very interesting trivia here. Ibn Battuta. So he was the chronicler he was the Arabian traveler. He comes way back in 1342. Okay, he goes to meet the king of China. He's representing the Sultan of India. Ibn Battuta, if he's traveled the whole India, even to Madurai, he's written about Madurai and all the sultans also. So, and by the way, that book is available free. If you see it online, the Travels of Ibn Battuta is a major one. The chronicles in which he takes various garments and treasures, and there is a mention of 100 silk Dijos, Djoss, which I think it's an Arabic or Urdu word, which actually says that the yarn which was dyed in 4 or 5 different colors. What else but patola, right? So all
Yes.
these
Yes.
history, I think all these trivia, which actually, I get really excited when I see this trivia. Not trivia, but actually it's all facts which we
Yeah.
connect together. And
Yeah.
of course, always my favorite is this King Kumarapala. So
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think basically because he had a chance to wear new patola every day.
Every day. Every day.
And about the, to give a background to the whole city, I think like Kanchipuram, like Madurai, like Banaras, Patan was a great city, the capital of Chalukyas from 10th to 13th century. And actually, this place was called Anahila Pataka. Even before the Solanki, the Kumarapala was a Chalukya Solanki of Gujarat, right? Even before they came in, there were a dynasty called Chavdas, which owned, which were in Patan Patola, and it was the 10th largest city in the year 1000, and
True.
it had a people of 1 lakh. So that means it was a mighty city. It was a nagar, basically. When they refer Kanchi, they say as Nagareshu Kanchi. So Patan must be one of those things in which where the travelers came and the Hajj pilgrims came in, to Surat and all that. This particular Anahila Pataka is referred as such. And then I want to hear about Kumarapala because, for me, the exciting thing is he was a disciple of Acharya Hemachandraji, the great Indian Jain scholar who wrote the
Yes.
treatise in Prakrit grammar. And he was also a polymath, right? And Fibonacci series was done by him even before they did it. And so, how did he tell Kumarapala about? I mean, what is the history behind this Kumarapala and the migration of the weavers he brought in with them to weave the Patan Patola?
Uh, Kumar Pal was a very, very good disciple of Sri Hemchandra Suriji. And Hemchandra Suriji is one of the most celebrated sadhu of Jainism,
Jainism.
and amazingly respected. And he was the one who was the direct guru of Kumarapal. So what happens is when you want to pray to your God, whoever is your God, you want to, I think I'll use the language of today, where what are you bringing to the table when you go to your God? When you go to your office, you bring your best. But when you go to your God, are we bringing the best to the God? And this is what Sri Hemachandra Suriji expected of Kumar Pal, that he should be in the best, not just attire, but the cleanest and the best and the most aura increasing textile. Hence, he was asked to wear every day a new patola in his puja. Not in his daily routine, but in his puja. And that is what, that is how the patola was considered
Auspicious.
that level,
Yeah.
auspicious.
Auspicious.
Even the Hindus were wearing it, but the Jains were wearing it to that level.
Yeah.
The reason behind that is Sri Hemachandra Suriji was an alchemist too. If you read his text many a times, not only the mathematician, but he is an alchemist. So when you are creating a patola, which has say 6 colors, at that time there was no dye, which was the dye of chemical. So if I wanted red, there is madder. If I wanted yellow, there are other colors. There are different models. So basic thing is harda, beda, and amra. That is the trifala. That is the base that the material was treated with. And on top of that, say for example, when you attach haldi, it becomes antiseptic.
Yeah.
On top of that, when you create indigo and haldi together, you get a particular shade of green.
Green.
So, see, certain colors, indigo is also when indigo is dyed, it's oxidation at the yarn stage. And the deposit of the dye happens because of the oxidation. It's not as if the dye is just sitting on top of it. So, what happens is, in terms of patola, even the remnant, whatever was left out of after weaving, that I don't know whether you know, in North India, we have something called mauli. Mauli is exactly the remnants of patola. When puja starts, they will put on your head, on your hand, thread.
Sacred thread.
So that when you, sacred thread. Now, that thread has the connotation of this, that may you be protected. But how? It was because of those dyes which were there.
Colors, yeah.
And that would protect from the bacterial infection. You see, when you are wearing a patola, it's a protein yarn. So it does not attract any kind of dirt in it. So what happens is, it creates a different aura. If you try it with Kirlian photography, one recognizes that there is a different aura when a person wears an auspicious textile, which is created with lot of love, energy, and actual good technologies.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now, so the reason, I mean, actually, Kumar Pal recognized that if he wanted to be successful to that level, he will have to have the smallest detail to be taken care of. And this was the reason. And the king from Jalna was not able to give him fresh pieces every time. So he had a pact with Jalna, and he made sure that he got 700, 800 weavers, because per day when you want to have one piece, just in case some pieces get spoiled, you don't get one, also 365 days new pieces.
Yeah.
Now it takes 1.5 years to create the kind of patola that is of a fantastic quality, good enough for a king. So can you imagine that he had to bring
So many
800
weavers.
karigars so that he would get per day,
Yeah.
365
Lucky guy.
days, a new patola. Yeah, no. He's not lucky. He has ensured his luck.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That he has ensured that this happens in his life.
Yeah, and that is very true, because when it went to this Indonesian and Java and all these, when you see the Yogyakartas wearing the patola, it is just reserved for the darbar. When they are in the office, that is an robe of office, if I may call, right? So they are in their patola pants, and then I believe when they go for war, the patola, the yardage of patola is tied around his waist, and then they have their daggers. So it's like a protective kavasam. And the best thing is, the Dutch owned it. The patola trade, I mean, the Dutch took it to all because as you said, it was a spice trade, right? So the spice trade operated the salt and spice trade. And if you go, the same patola is in Cochin. Have you seen the Mattancherry Palace? You have the same patola design on the walls of Mattancherry Palace. It is called Virali.
You showed me, remember? You showed me the pictures of that.
Yeah.
I still remember. They were amazing, and it's the exact design of patola on that wall of the one which you are describing.
Yeah, and I think when I went to Guruvayur, they were painting in the walls of Guruvayur, and I could just see a patola. I forget it. I didn't see the god, as it is. And then I read up, and then it was called as Virali Pattu in Kerala. So what happens is, when they take the deity, right, when they do only in the front you will see. On the back side, when they cover the deity, is covered with the patola. The old ones, and especially for Bhagavati, the Bhagavati is the Shakti form, right? And in Kerala, the Shakti cult is very, very strong. And wherever you see, even the Alpana they do on the floor, it is just like patola. They use the same colors of the black, haldi, red, white, and all that. It is mixed. It looks like a beautiful pattern of patola on the floor. So I think that rich history and that auspiciousness is always there. And now I just want to ask you the next question of, okay, you've told about the auspiciousness factor. So like for example, when I'm buying a patola, okay, say for example, if it is the first patola I'm going to buy, which one you would say? Because there's so many motives and so many things which I should buy. I mean, because for me, buying a patola is like buying a car. I need to know all the specifications.
I understand that, and it is as complex also. But normally, it depends on which community one comes from. Say, for example, if you are allowed to wear the motifs, there are certain motifs one is not allowed to wear. Say, for example, in Jainism, you are not supposed to wear the animals and the figures. So then you have other motifs like Navratna motif or Manik Chowk motif, or there are many more now. We have created at least 10 new designs, if not more. So then they go for such motifs. But when it comes to a Hindu, which is a larger, I'm not trying to be communal, but these are the demands of the consumer, and those are different demands. So when I'm selling it to a Hindu, there is a beautiful, as I think I have explained this earlier also, that there is a beautiful connotation with each and every patola and each and every patola design. So when you wear that, you become that. That is the concept. Now we have this concept as what you are, what you wear, and you are what you eat. But it was in the lifestyle at that time. So when a mother-in-law or mother gives the daughter or the daughter-in-law a sari with Navratna,
Mm.
Navratna has a connotation with one's kundali
Ah.
in the
Navaratna Bhat, you
horoscopic
mean, right?
chart.
Yeah.
Ha,
Mm.
Navratna Bhat. The connotation is of the kundali, that is the horoscope of the person, and the placement of Navaratna. If it is done right,
Is this the
so
Navaratna?
yes,
I have the
this
book
is
here.
Navaratna.
So I thought
Yes,
I'll show
this
it
is
to
the
everyone.
Navaratna.
This is the Navaratna Bhat
Yeah.
which she's explaining.
Yes,
This
yes,
is a
yes.
book called Patwalas of India, by the way.
Yes, yes, yes. And Navratna is when the wish is that in your life, may all the grahas be in balance of your life, so that you are not troubled by any one particular graha. They all should be in balance of each other, so that you have a good life, you have a peaceful life. But when I'm talking to a Hindu, yes, that's a Navratna. Chabdi Baat, yes, Chabdi Baat. That is almost like when you have a gift, you carry the gift in a chabdi. Chabdi is a basket.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. So, may you have so many gifts in your life. Can you see that?
Yeah. The pan
This
patola.
is this is Trandful Bhat and pan together. This is Trandful Bhat and pan together.
Okay.
This is not just pan patola. This is both. It's a combination.
Okay. Luckily,
So,
I have pictures. I thought I'll show it to you.
But when it
this
comes
is my
to
favorite. This is my favorite. The Nari Kunjar.
Nari Kunjar.
Nari
Yeah, Nari Kunjar. Normally in a Hindu family, especially the Bhatia community, the connotation is that there are 4 basic motifs. Now they have 6 motifs, but earlier there were only 4 motifs. One is Nari. The tribe, may you have your own tribe of women. As women, we need other women. Other women who are happy women. Other women who are going to support you.
Yeah.
And also encourage you to do the right things in your life. So you have your own tribe. So may you have a good tribe of yours.
Super, no?
Yeah. The second motif is parrot. Where does parrot live? Where there is a peaceful environment. Where there is no big noise, no commotion happening, that's where the parrot lives. So with the parrot comes the peace. So the connotation is, may you have the peace with you.
Super.
And the peace is not just from the noise, but peace of life.
Awesome.
Is what they are wishing.
Whatever.
When it comes to the tree motif, the jhad or the tree motif, the tree is, there are many connotations of that, but mainly of fertility. May you have enough santan, and may they grow, but also the food, the medicine also comes in that form. So may you have everything in your life through the jhad motif.
The tree of life.
And no, it's it's similar to tree of life.
Similar to,
It's similar. The concept is similar to the tree of life. And then the final one, my favorite one comes. Mine too. That it's about elephants. Elephant. When can you afford an elephant? First of all, you need the space to keep the elephant. The elephant has to be trained. The elephant has to be maintained, and elephants has to have enough work, so that all the expenses are worthy of that. So can you see how what other things are being wished? Normally people say, may you have money, or may Lakshmi be with you. No, here they are not just talking about Lakshmi from the money point of view. They are talking about Aishwarya. You have human resources, you have food resources, you have resources of finance,
Everything.
So many resources are part of Aishwarya.
In
And
Tirukkural,
that,
same thing, whatever you say, no, it is not just about money. Aram, Porul, Inbam,
exactly.
Veedu. Now, 4 things which you wish for should be blessed.
Yes.
Same
And
thing, it
that
has
is
to come
what,
as a package.
yeah, it has to come as a package.
Package.
And that is the connotation of the Nari Kunjar Patola.
Mm.
And if one understands that when that aura and when you actually believe, it's like when you wear an Armani jacket,
Mm.
you know that you are wearing Armani jacket.
Mm.
And you have that feeling of confidence. It's something similar.
Mm.
That when you wear a pattern patola, what you bring to the table is much more in life than just, oh, I have enough money to buy a pattern patola. No, there is knowledge needed. There is understanding of when to wear the patola and when not to wear a patola.
That is
That
very
knowledge.
important. That is very important.
Yeah.
I think, please, I think it was always reserved for auspicious occasions. When,
Exactly.
when
Exactly.
to wear a patola is much easier. When not to wear a patola,
Not to wear. Yeah.
you tell me.
Say, for example, first of all, when one is menstruating,
Yeah.
it's not about discrimination. It's about the energy system. And Patola is very well connected, just like the Kanjivaram saris. Even Patolas are very well connected with the energy system. Now, with contemporary Patola, it's a different story altogether. But can you imagine in Kanjivaram saris, you had peacocks, you had elephants, you had mangoes, you had such motifs which were absolutely auspicious.
Yeah.
Why do they have the auspicious things in Kanjivaram saris?
Same thing.
Because
To ward off
yes,
evil eye.
yeah,
To ward off evil eye. Like for example, if you see the Rudraksham motifs, they say that basically it's like that.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
usually we don't wear black for any of the weddings except for the baby shower. So it's basically given
Exactly.
to protect the mother and the child.
Yeah. In a similar fashion,
yeah.
in a similar fashion, for the 7th month ceremony, for almost all the communities, they will be wearing a pattern patola. I'll give you the reason why. See, earlier, lot of people would come from different places, and they would bring in whatever illnesses or infections that they would have, and the mother of the child needed to be protected from that. And this pattern patolas had that quality to protect. And hence, for the 7th month ceremony, even for the baby shower, for the 6th day of the baby, when the Vidhata writes the fortune for the baby, at that time also the baby is also covered in pattern patola.
Oh.
When for the first time, when the Jawai comes into the sasural, at that time his food is also covered by pattern patola. So there are reasons for this, but everyone is protected by the threads of patola by tying that thread of Mauli, or in Gujarati we call it Nada Chedi. That whole connotation is the rest of the patola. And even after the patola is worn out, that patola is then charred and created into medicines by Ayurvedic people. Yeah,
okay.
It had that level of qualities.
Okay.
Now, slowly, with the technology changing, lot has changed. But the symbolism remains the same.
Yeah. So somebody, I'm just switched on the comments. So somebody is asking, we are talking about pattern patola only. So to set things right.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
And then we come to the most important segment. five
Yes.
minutes we have, and 5 minutes we can take the questions, I thought.
Yes.
So
Yes, Dago.
when I'm buying a Patan Patola, what are the
Hmm.
pointers? What are the pointers?
When you are buying a patent patola, one is obvious that it has to be less pixelized motif. The clearer the motif, the more expensive the motif. The more expensive the patola. The quality of yarn used, um, the depth of the dye. Many a times the seepage does not happen. So those patolas are slightly defective, and those are the ones which are sold at a cheaper rate. So one has to ensure that if you are spending say 1.5 lakhs, then you don't mind spending say 2 lakhs also, but you want the quality which will last forever for the generations to come. Now for that, one has to realize that it has to be azo-free dyes today. That is not just sitting on top of the yarn, but it has a seepage inside the yarn. So the depth of color is extremely vital. That suggests that the yarn has enough deposition of the dye. Also, the weaving quality, the yarn quality. At every stage, one has to be very careful in terms of buying a patola. Now, when they use naphthol dyes, what happens is that dye is only on the surface. So that patola will not have light fastness in long term. Water fastness is out of question. For most of the patola anyways, it has to be dry clean. But also, after some time, it dulls. So the next generation is not able to utilize that. So one has to be very careful of all these issues, and plus also how much work is done when you buy a patola for 1 lakh rupees. Obviously, there is something less where the number of repeats are less, the density of work is less. There are a lot of other issues which will dictate the pricing. And that pricing, unless one understands, it's like buying a diamond. When you buy a diamond, there is a cut, there is a clarity, there are so many issues involved. The weight of the diamond, so many things are involved. So we need to look at it from that angle. That it comes through as a fantastic piece in the first look itself.
Yeah, there is a question. There is a question, Belaji. What is the starting range for a good quality patola?
1.25 onwards.
Okay. And then there is a question posted on Kumarapala. Basically, Kausalya is asking, he's a Jain. So were Jains allowed to wear silks? Actually, Kumarapala was a Hindu, and then he became Jain he had a Jain guru, right? So Acharya Hemachandraji, right?
See, what happens in the Jainism, if the kida inside the cocoon, if it is allowed to fly away alive, then they can use that silk.
Okay.
So in that time,
Ahimsa
reeling in it. Sorry, ahimsa silk. Yes. So at that time, reeling was relatively less. If you notice the earlier patolas, they are more spun silk than reeled silk. Reeled silk is allowed. In fact, reeled silk is appreciated much more than cotton, because the reeled silk is a protein fiber. Again, I would repeat that it's a protein fiber, and the protein fiber always is in all the scriptures. If you notice, silk and wool are supposed to be the holiest textile. I'm sorry if I'm taking too long, but I want to show you that this is Molly.
Okay, super.
Yeah.
Then
this is Molly.
The thread they tie it. Yeah.
Yeah,
In fact,
during the
in fact,
puja.
so one of my friends who's working in Ikat, he told me that even for Rakhi, they would tie the same thread.
Exactly.
Uh,
The same concept of protection.
uh.
Same concept.
One of my friends, Soumya, she's asking what do the tiger and peacock motifs signify in the patolas, and also the chikargar. I'll prompt you.
Shikarga is not something which is very prevalent in Patan Patwa.
Hmm.
Say, for example, if you are from a Rajput community,
Ah.
you will wear a tiger or a lion.
Yeah.
Otherwise, other communities would not even touch it
Yeah.
because it has the connotation of aggression.
Mm.
Now, when you are in Gujarat, there are bhaktas of Ambaji.
Mm.
Ambaji has Hindu followers also and Jain followers also.
Okay.
But mainly it is the mother energy,
Yeah.
which is prayed to.
Okay.
So at that time, her Vahan is tiger.
Oh, okay.
And
the
that is how
Mahishasura concept, right? The Mahishasura Mardini
yeah,
right?
the Ambaji is a Saurya Swarup,
Yeah.
not the Mardini Swarup also. But yet, she is wearing a tiger.
Yeah.
She rides the tiger.
Yeah. And one more question. What is the range of the natural dyed patola? Priya and Priya is asking.
It would be nothing less than 3 lakhs even today, because natural dyes patola will require insurance. We cannot give the assurance of light fastness and water fastness. It is going to become dull after some time. So, but even the processes, it will be nothing less than 3 lakhs onwards.
Yeah.
Depending on the work that is to be done in the patola.
And also, like the contemporary patolas, right? For example, you have a weft ticket. The same way I've seen a weft patola also. Can you narrate about that?
Yeah, weft patola is where what you are wearing or what I am wearing are both weft patolas.
Okay.
Where the work is done in the weft and not in the warp and the weft both.
Yeah.
So there are warp patolas also.
Yeah.
Where the work is done in warp and not in weft. But at the same time, in the weft patola, the number of craftsmen is so many more that since last about 20 years, I have introduced many contemporary designs.
Okay.
And to me, we need to, I always feel this, that, oh, our history is fantastic. But what is our contribution to it? We need to bring the craft to today. But with Patan Patola, still the number of karigars are less. I still work with lot of contemporary designs, which I'll be sharing after this on
Facebook post. Yeah, Facebook post.
On Facebook post or even on Insta post.
Okay.
But I want to now take it to a different level. The skill sets are there.
Yeah.
So I can do the traditional ones and the contemporary ones also. And I have already done that.
Okay.
So this is why I want to bring in, and those are, the weft patolas are way cheaper than double patolas.
And one more question is, what should ideally a bride wear? What motives a bride should choose for her patola? And I think with one question we'll wind it up because I don't want to lose the video. Yeah. It will cut off.
Yeah. But main thing is that which community is one from. It will dictate the recommendation of patola.
Okay.
It's a customized solution.
Yeah, like for example, Hindus wear certain motifs, Vora Muslims wear certain motifs, and some other.
Vora gaji bhat.
They have a different bhat, right? Okay.
Yes.
So for the Hindus, right? For if they're choosing what I can wear a Nari Kunjar, that is like that is a
Nari Kunjar is one of the most celebrated one. And then they have the tiger and all that also.
Okay.
These are the celebrated ones, but they also prefer, many of them, they also prefer the the Navratnas and the other patolas which are created.
Yeah, Tripti is asking that she's from Bhatia community. So what
Yes.
would one wear?
Normally for Bhatia community, the first thing that you have to have is the Nari Kunja. And after that, everything else.
Yeah. See, we can't buy an elephant. At least I can buy an elephant patola.
Sure.
I think it was a fabulous session. As always,
Thank
the
you.
patola inspires a lot. And I think I'm just finishing it off in advance
Go ahead.
with 5 minutes. I think it was a great session. And thank you for your time
Thank you.
and for
Most
talking to
welcome.
us. Because, you know, sometimes what happens is from that level, you have to come to our level and talk. So it's very difficult. And
No. I'm already in that level only.
no, that you know, the whole thing is, you know the techniques in and out. So so I will save up for my patola. I think at least for the crafts which has gone through all the obstacles throughout the
I'll
years
create
and
a special one for you.
withstood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it has gone through all the influences, all the colonial influences, and withstood that whole thing. I think it's a great one. You know, this is just from the you know, history point of view, and it was great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Bye.
And thank you everybody else for coming.
You want to close?
Bye.
You want to close it with something?
Bye.
We have a minute. We have a minute.
Okay. I would like, because of this pandemic and the lockdown, that lot of orders have been cancelled. So I would like to request the viewer, it may not be only from me, whoever one is comfortable with, but start ordering patolas so that they have enough work. Otherwise, this is going to be very difficult time for most of the weaver in handloom, handicrafts and khadi. So wear the patola or wear handloom, handicrafts and khadi, put it on social media and celebrate it. That's what I would like you to do.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Bye. Thank
Most
you.
welcome. Bye.
Thank you all for joining in. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'll save it as a IGTV video so that people can save this
Good.
also. Okay. Bye. Thank you, Bella. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.